I tried recording this video when I was drunk, and that just didn't go well at all, so I'm gonna have to restart. So I got another story for you guys. This story is about how I got scammed by a crackhead. True shit. I swear to God, this story is real. So boom, this was about 3 or 4 years ago on Father's Day. It was hot as shit, and my car didn't have AC. I had a nice little 2013 Honda Elantra. It got the job done. So pretty much it's Father's Day. I'm going to my dad's house because I'm gonna go celebrate Father's Day with him. And on the way to my dad's house, I'm in the nicer part of town. I see this really big lady on the side of the road, and as I'm making the right, she's on my left-hand side on the corner, and she's yelling,
Yo, yo, yo.
so I'm like, oh shit, she probably needs something. So I stop, and she goes,
Yo, I'll give you $50 if you can give me a ride.
and I'm like, fuck yeah. Now, this was 3 or 4 years ago when $50 could get you a full tank of gas, a dinner for 3 days, and an 8. So I'm like, fuck yeah, hop in. So she hops in, and she's flexing maybe like $80, and she's like,
This is from my baby daddy. This is from my baby daddy.
and I was like, oh shit, word, that's fire. So she starts giving me directions, and she's not giving me like an address. She's just telling me where to go. So at the end of every block, I hit a stop sign, and she's telling me,
Go straight, turn left, turn right, go straight.
so I'm like, all right. So I take a video of this lady, and she tells me to turn off my phone. And now we're in like the hood. So I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm turning off my phone. At this time, I was maybe like 5'8", 140 pounds. I had khaki shorts on, a nice little polo tee, and a visor on. So I look like a straight white boy. So we eventually get down to like the corner store, but deep in the hood. And she starts hanging out my window. And keep in mind, this lady's probably like 5'8", maybe 300 pounds. This lady was huge. So she starts hanging out my window. Keep in mind, the Hyundai Elantra windows are not big at all. So who knows how she even fit through the window, but she made it happen. So she's screaming out the window,
Yo, yo, yo.
to another dude on the side of the road. So she tells me to pull over. So this dude in a bicycle pulls up, and they start jibber jabbering, right? A couple minutes goes by after they're done talking, and he's like,
Alright, watch my bike.
and I'm like, fuck, now we're in another side mission. Like, I didn't want to, I was gonna give this lady a quick little ride, get some money, get out of there, but no, now we're on a side mission. So as we're waiting for this guy to come back, we're watching his bike. She gets a phone call. She answers the phone call and starts talking to whoever she's talking to on the phone. And then she starts yelling. So at this moment, Cardi B was on the radio. So she's going,
I'm the next Cardi B. I'm the next Cardi B.
and takes her phone and puts the phone to the stereo, not the speaker, but the stereo. So I'm like, all right, I can't, like, this is crazy. So I turn down the stereo, the speakers. This lady proceeds to turn it back up. So then I turn it back down, and then she turns it back up. So I'm like, holy shit, this is like a little war we got going on. If she gets mad, she could beat the fuck out of me. At this time, this lady was fucking huge. She could probably lift me up while sitting down and just throw me out the car. I just stopped fucking with it, you know what I'm saying? Eventually the guy comes back, so I see him hand her a bag with white powder in it, and I don't know if it was crack or coke, but I'm pretty sure it was crack, like, because you could tell with the rock. So then she tells me,
All right, go to the end of the block.
so I pull off. Keep in mind, as we were sitting there waiting, I was fucking terrified. I was like low-key shaking, because if a cop pulled me over, there's no way in hell they're gonna believe that I just randomly picked up this lady and now we have crack in my car. They're just not gonna believe that at all. So anyway, she tells me to go to the end of the block. So I go to the end of the block, and now we're at the corner store. So I pull up to the corner store, and she looks at me and tells me,
Go inside and get me a crack stem.
so I look at her and I tell her, one, I'm not leaving my car. Two, there's no way they're gonna sell me a crack pipe, a crack stem, whatever it was called. There's no way they're gonna sell it to me. I look 12. So here we go again. She starts hanging out the window again.
Yo, yo, yo.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Eventually, she gets a dude. He comes to the window. They start talking blah, 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 blah. She gives him some money, and then he walks into the store. Now, we are sitting there waiting for this guy to come back, right? As we are waiting for this guy to come back, she looks at me and goes,
Did I say $50? Can I do 40?
and I'm like, yeah, sure. $40 is still gonna get me a full tank of gas and dinner for tonight, and maybe something for my dad. So I'm like, yeah, sure. A couple minutes goes by, and then she looks at me and goes,
Oh man, I don't even have 40 after the change. Can I do 30?
and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck at all, right? Sure, whatever. 30 bucks, still good. I'll get something for my dad and get a little bit of gas. So then the guy comes back and hands her the stuff, and then we start taking off. So now she's giving me directions to go bring her somewhere else. So she's giving me directions. We're going. She's giving me the same directions as she was before.
Straight, left, right, straight.
And now I'm pretty much near where I picked her up at. And she starts looking at me and she's like,
I don't look like a crackhead, do I? Look at my teeth.
and she starts like sticking her tongue out, showing me her teeth. And then she's like,
Look at this tattoo I got on my back.
it shows me like a tattoo that she has on her back. It was a flower. Probably the worst tattoo I've ever seen. I don't even know if it's classified as a tattoo. I think someone went to town on her back with a crayon. But besides the point, we get to the spot where she needs me to drop her off at. And she looks at me and goes,
Hey, I only got 20 bucks. Is that cool?
now at this point, I just want this bitch out my car. I don't give a fuck how much money you give me. I just want her out my car. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine, right? So she opens my car door once we get to the spot, looks at me, throws a $5 bill in the car, and just fucking takes off. This bitch was hauling ass. I've never seen someone so big move so fast in my entire life. She looked like if Mark Henry had speed cola and just fucking was in a 40-yard dash for his life. This bitch was moving so fucking quick. So she threw $5 in the car. So not only was I involved in a crack deal, right? I picked up a random stranger involved in a crack deal, and then I got scammed. Yo, I deadass should have whipped the car around and just fucking ran her over and got not only the money that she had, but shit, I would have came up on a couple rocks or two. So I could have resold that on some real G shit. But anyway, that's how I got scammed by a crackhead and involved in a crack deal. But if you guys like that story, go ahead and check out the other stories I have on their channel. Those are pretty good as well. And I hope you guys have a good. Anyway, peace out.